أنا في سؤال يقول هل يجوز الذكر الجماعي؟
Here's a question that states: is it permissible to do a group dhikr, as we say, and what is the evidence?
الذكر عبادة لله عز وجل.
Dhikr, remembrance of Allah, is worship of Allah Azza wa Jalla.
والقاعدة أن العبادة توقيفية، لا نعبد الله إلا كما علم الله لنا.
And the principle here is that worship is something that we halt at. We only worship Allah if there's evidence to worship Allah that way.
يقول العلماء الأصل في العبادة التحريم، حرام أن تعبد الله.
So the scholars mentioned that the origin with worship is that is tahreem, is that it's haram, it's prohibited to worship Allah.
حرام تعبد الله.
It's prohibited to worship Allah.
نعم حرام أن تعبد الله.
Yes, it is haram to worship Allah.
إلا بعبادة شرعية.
Except with an act of worship that has been legislated by Allah.
لا تتقرب إلى الله عز وجل بعبادة إلا إذا أذن لك أن تتقرب بها.
So you don't seek nearness with any act of worship towards Allah except that Allah has given you permission to do so.
ولذلك رأى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم رجلا قد وقف بالشمس.
So due to the reading of the Prophet ﷺ, he saw a man that was standing in the sun.
والحديث في صحيح البخاري.
And this hadith is in Sahih al-Bukhari.
قال عليه الصلاة والسلام ما باله.
So the Prophet ﷺ said, what's his affair? What's the situation?
قال نذر أن يقف بالشمس ولا يستظل.
So he took a vow that he would stand in the sun and never stand in the shade.
وأن لا يكلم الناس.
And he would never speak to the people.
وأن يصوم.
And that he would fast.
نذر كم أمر؟
How many affairs did he make vow here?
ثلاثة أمور.
Three affairs.
أن يقف بالشمس ولا يستظل.
To stand in the sun and never be in the shade.
وأن لا يكلم الناس.
To not speak to the people.
وأن يصوم.
And to fast.
فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم مروه فليستظل وليتكلم وليتم صومه.
So Prophet ﷺ said to order him to get out of the sun, be in the shade, to speak to the people, but he should complete his fast.
فأنكر عليه ما ليس بمشروع وأقره على المشروع.
So he, for lack of a better word, he disparaged those things that were not legislated, and he ordered him to do what was legislated.
وجاء كما في الصحيحين ثلاثة نفر إلى بيوت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يسألون عن عبادته. And there has come in the Sahihain, three individuals that came to Prophet's house asking about the worship. فلما أخبروا عنها كأنهم تقالوها وجدوا قليلة.
So when there were these individuals informed about his worship, it was as if it wasn't a lot of worship that the Prophet had performed.
عبادة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم نظرهم أنها قليلة.
The worship of the Prophet ﷺ, they viewed it as being something that wasn't a lot.
فقالوا أين نحن من رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم.
And they said, where are we in comparison to the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
وقد غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه وما تأخر.
And his past and future sins have all been forgiven.
يعني النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم مغفور له جميع ذنوبه فلذلك اكتفى بهذه العبادات.
And the Prophet ﷺ, all his sins have been forgiven, so therefore he sufficed with this small amount of worship.
هكذا ظنوا.
That's how they thought.
أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم اكتفى بما هو عليه من العبادات لأنه مغفور له. فأين نحن من رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وقد غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه وما تأخر.
So they thought the Prophet ﷺ the sufficence of the small amount of worship because all the sins were forgiven. And they said that where are we from him? All his past and future sins have been forgiven.
فقال أحدهم أنا فأصلي الليل ولا أقوم.
So as for one of them, he said, I'm going to
أصلي الليل ولا أقوم.
I'm going to pray every night and never stop praying.
وقال الثاني وأما أنا فأصوم النهار ولا أفطر.
And the next said, I'm going to fast all day and I'm not going to break my fast.
وقال الثالث أما أنا فأعتزل النساء فلا أتزوج أبدا.
And the third of them said that I'm going to refrain from women, I'm never going to marry ever.
الظاهر أن هذا شيء طيب.
It was apparent from this that these were good things.
نريد أن نصلي الليل كله ما عاد ينام بعد الليل.
This person wants to pray all the night and never sleep ever.
والثاني يريد أن يصوم كل يوم every day.
And the second wants to fast every day and never breaks fast.
والثالث يريد أن يترك النساء لا يتزوج عبادة لله حتى يتقرب إلى الله.
And the third, he wanted to abstain from women and never marry ever as to worship Allah.
فلما بلغ ذلك النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم.
So when this reached the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam,
تأكد وقال أنتم الذين قلتم كذا وكذا قالوا نعم.
He made sure first. He verified it. Are you the ones that said this? And they said yes.
فقام عليه الصلاة والسلام وحمد الله وأثنى عليه.
So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he stood up, he praised Allah and praised him continually.
ثم قال أما بعد فإني والله أتقاكم لله وأخشاكم له.
Then he said to proceed, I have the most taqwa of Allah amongst you, and I have the most khashya of Allah amongst you.
فالنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أكثر الناس تقوى لله وأكثر خشية من الله.
So the Prophet ﷺ, with Allah, he has the most taqwa and the most khashya.
قال وأصلي وأرقد وأصوم وأفطر.
He said, so I pray and I sleep, I fast and I break my fast.
وأتزوج النساء وهذه سنتي ومن رغب عن سنتي فليس مني.
And I marry women, and this is my sunnah. So whoever strives against my sunnah, he is not from me.
فالمقصود أن العبادة لا بد أن تكون موافقة لسنة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وإلا ستكون مردودة.
So the point here is that worship has to be in accordance with the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, or else it will be rejected.
كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم
As the Prophet ﷺ stated,
من أحدث في أمرنا هذا أي في ديننا هذا ما ليس منه فهو رد يعني مردود.
whoever innovates into this affair of ours, meaning this religion of ours, that which is not from it, shall have it rejected.
وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام من عمل عملا ليس عليه أمرنا فهو رد.
And the Prophet stated, whoever performs an action that is not from this affair of ours shall have it rejected.
ومن هنا قال العلماء هذه القاعدة العظيمة.
And from here the scholars they bring this tremendous principle.
الأصل في العبادات التحريم حرام أن تعبد الله.
The origin with worship is tahreem, it's prohibited to worship Allah.
إلا بالعبادة المشروعة.
Except with legislated worship.
أما أن تحدث عبادات من تلقاء نفسك.
As for innovating acts of worship from yourself,
فهذا غير مقبولة.
then this is not accepted.
نأتي للسؤال.
So now we're going to come to the question.
الذكر الجماعي.
Group dhikr.
لم يرد عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم.
It is not been reported on the Prophet ﷺ,
ولا أصحابه رضي الله عنهم.
nor his companions رضي الله عنهم,
ولا أمر النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بذلك.
nor did the Prophet ﷺ order with that,
ولا رأى أحدا يفعل ذلك.
nor was anyone seen doing this.
فليس له أصل في دين الله عز وجل الذكر الجماعي.
So this has no premise, no basis in the religion of Allah Azza wa Jal, this group dhikr.
ولا الصلاة على النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام جماعيا.
Nor making salat upon the Prophet ﷺ in a group, in unison together.
كما يفعله بعض البدع أهل البدع.
As some of Aqil Ingram, some of the people of the nation do.
يكتبون صيغة من عند أنفسهم كتبوها بأيديهم صيغة طويلة.
So they write out this long drawn out thing with their own hands.
ثم يعطي كل واحد نسخة منها.
Then they give everyone a copy of it.
ثم يصلون على النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بصوت واحد أنشودة واحدة وكلهم يشيدون بهذه الطريقة.
Then all of them begin reading this in salat upon the Prophet in unison and with a melodious tone in their voice.
وهذا لا أصل له في دين الله عز وجل.
And this has no origin in the religion of Allah Azza wa Jal.
الله يقول قل هاتوا برهانكم إن كنتم صادقين.
And Allah Azza wa Jal, He states, grant us your proofs and evidences if you are truthful.
فإذا قيل لا تفعلوا ذلك.
So if you say to them, don't do this,
قالوا سبحان الله نحن نذكر الله.
they say, SubhanAllah, we're just remembering Allah.
أتنكر علينا أننا نذكر الله؟
Are you preventing us from remembering Allah?
إذا قلت لا تصلوا على النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بصوت جماعي أنشودة.
And so if you say to them, don't send salat upon a prophet in unison with a melodious voice,
قالوا نحن نحب الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم.
they say, we love the Messenger of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
ونحن نعمل قرب إلى الله عز وجل.
And this action we're doing is seeking near to Allah Azza wa
الله
Jal.
يقول يا أيها الذين آمنوا.
Allah says, oh, you who believe,
صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.
send salat upon him and taslim upon him.
مخاطبا قال يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا.
So now they say here, oh, you believe that these people that they're being spoken to they're being spoken to here. Send salat.
نقول هذه الآية على من نزلت؟
They say this. We say here this verse. Who has it been revealed to?
على من نزلت هذه الآية؟
Who did it descend upon?
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. على من نزلت هذه الآية؟
Oh Lord, in